yeah, so we were talking
We were
about,
talking about international days.
and yeah, one of so Sohail actually was saying that at one point he was pretty sure that there were 80 different nationalities, which was crazy because I'm pretty what
That's
six.
that's amazing.
I know. It was literally like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it was just like a small version of like the world in a school.
Yeah. We're so lucky to have had this experience. Like I think about that a lot.
I know. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. Like, yeah, it's crazy to think about that there was, but it's also in a way,
Mhm.
it's crazy to think about, but it's also like, okay, it was no big deal. Like it was just a bunch of different people from different places. And like I think that's something that I really struggle with though. And we were chatting a bit about this, me and my friend Sanji, about how it's just then trying to like find that in your real life, everywhere can feel so monocultural because you're so used to being with so many different
Yeah.
cultures that it doesn't mean anything when not that it doesn't mean anything. It's normal when you are in a multicultural situation. So then when you find yourself in a monocultural situation, it's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
like
No,
you
I know what you mean. It
are
becomes
unusual.
it's almost um not as stimulating or I think in those situations um I find myself realizing like how lucky I am and how not the word maybe sheltered isn't the right word, but how how much experience I have as a person of my age, I guess.
Yeah, and I think the sad thing as well though is like it's experience that other people don't understand because they can't see it. They can't physically see. They can sense
Mhm.
that there's something different in how you interact with different people, and other people from different places sense it as well because like they can interact with you in a way that I can just tell, like when I living here, I can just tell when I speak to certain people that they're like, oh, you're different, but they don't know why. And I
Mhm.
very much the people that don't notice it have no concept of how different I am. And it's just lost in translation. It's more just like, oh, you're weird. That must be how Scottish people are. And I'm like, no. I'm just as weird when I'm
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and it does make, do you know what it actually has done as well for me is that I don't lead with all of my travels and
I don't need.
upbringing because I feel like people instantly feel like that means somehow that we were wealthy, that we were, that I'm showing off, that I don't know, there's this like funny thing. So I actually try and keep lots of that stuff under my hat. And then it's in conversation, it gets leaked out, like titrated out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and then the people are like what? Like it becomes that's when it becomes kind of but I think I've learned to really hold back on some of that experience with new people. Um because people view it very differently, I think, than I think it sounds. Like I'm like I was lucky and I had this really cool life and I think and I have this story to tell you to draw from that's in relation to our conversation. It just happens to take place somewhere else and people would shut down. I remember within like like a certain patch of ages, I'd say definitely teens, um some of the 20s and then it became more interesting to people this life. But it was almost like people weren't ready for it from like a certain age group. I don't know. I'm musing. I'm rambling.
No, no, I understand what you're saying. I I think it may be that you've just gotten better at finding people who would find that interesting because there's still a lot of people that I know can't even go there. It because it's just like you mention it and it's just like this blank stare of like, huh?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
uh
Yeah. I know what you mean.
but
Yeah.
that's why, our friend messaging us about his illness and how he's not doing good and we're sending you lots of love, Sahel, because we're worried about you, and we hope that you're doing okay. Um, but it kind of got quite a few of us not realizing, because it's not like it's not like we haven't lost anybody from school. Like I know two people actually. I was going through some of my photos from BMS, and there's two people I've been in class with that have now died. They're gone. And that's
Mm.
really weird because it's like I just don't feel like we're old enough for that. Not that you can't have people dying for different reasons, which is exactly what's happened, but it's just still kind of like how. And yet I forget we're
Yeah,
all of us are either nearly 50 or over 50 now. And but it's
yeah.
just well, and that comes back to me not necessarily having too many specific memories about the start. And it's realizing that like all of us that went to that school, we hold the collective memory of that school at that time. And when we pass
Mhm.
away, that collective memory is gone. And the hard thing is because we can't, or we don't talk about it in our daily lives with everybody that we know, because too many people would be like, what? I also feel like I'm forgetting stuff because I can't share it with so many people. And so,
Well, very important. What house were you in?
Vipia, what were you?
Oh, you were BPA. Oh, I was so jealous of BPA. You had green.
No, we were yellow.
Oh, were you yellow?
Melange was green, and then
Oh, I was jealous of Melange.
Nika was red, right? I think Nika was red.
I was Zomba. No, Zomba was red.
Oh, Zomba. So wait, what was Nika? Was that blue? Was there?
Must have been blue. Yeah.
Okay, I guess Nika was blue. But Zomba, well, because of course there was, and this is a terrible thing to say, but this is a memory, so we're going to share it about Zomba. Is of course, if you were in Zomba, then there was also the fact that you could be from Zomba mental. Terrible. We would always say like, oh, Zomba mental.
I was Zomba, girl.
That's what
Yes, I was
mental
Zomba.
hospital was for like mentally ill
Yeah.
people. So it was a really bad put down of like Zomba mental, and it's a terrible thing to remember, but hey,
It's gonna trigger a smile from somebody. I'm sorry though, I interrupted you. I just suddenly was like this. Just like going through stuff in my head, and I was like, the houses.
yeah. Well, and then he went on to like, oh no, maybe that's what it was. I don't think Nika was a primary school one. I think it was Kasungu and Nika. And Kasungu, I was in Kasungu, and that was in the high school years. And we like
Oh, okay.
someone else made up like a song because we had to make up like a song for, but we just took the words to YMCA and we put like KSGU for Kasungu. And I was, can you believe
Amazing.
this? Me who is not sporty at all. I was actually what was it, the head person of Kasungu when I was like in fifth form.
Were you?
Yes.
Oh my
I was
God.
not the head girl, but like it was me and then my friend Jeff who has passed away. We miss you, Jeff. Um, we were like head of Kasungurs. I was just like, I was just kind of like, why though? I'm not sporty at all, but I guess they felt like I was good at getting people.
I think I've blocked out that there were heads of that, but yeah, I have a vague recollection. Mainly because I really am not, and nor was I sporty. And the only thing that I think I was even allowed to like do well at, or not allowed, but it was sometimes swimming, I
Oh,
remember.
yeah. See, and I was
And
really more into
that
that.
swimming pool change room was another special place in that school.
True, but do you remember when we could not swim in the school pool? We had to go to the Portuguese club where there were water scorpions. That is like a huge.
Yes! I
So like there were
Oh
these
my
little
God, yes.
scorpion things that were basically water scorpions. You did not want to get stung by these. So we would go to the Portuguese club pool, which was always murky. It was always murky. I guess they didn't put the same amount of like chlorine in it or something. And so we would go there,
Yeah.
have to look to see, like the teacher would be like,
Also,
let me go.
scorpion pee. Nobody talks about scorpion pee. Guaranteed it was reacting with the chemistry. No, I don't know anything about this.
Oh,
I'm making it up.
oh, well, next episode you can do some research. But
Oh.
I remember going in the pool being terrified of swimming and then actually swimming and seeing water scorpions in the water as we're swimming and being like, we gotta get out of here. And then we'd have to cancel the swimming class
Yeah.
and go back to the school having not done our class. And I don't even remember. Maybe it was because like the school pool was double booked or something, like another class was in it. So we would have to go to the Portuguese
There
class.
was occasional renovations. I remember while I was there, the pool was occasionally being renovated, and then it got totally changed. I was in the old
Yeah,
school pool.
it's like
Yeah.
an Olympic size now, and
Yeah.
it's like the one that we swam in was for like kids, and that's why whenever we had to do a competition against like St. Andrews or something, which was the school in Blantyre, we were not in great form because our pool they had like an Olympic size pool, and we did not. So it's just like there's no way to compete. Oh man.
I will say, here's another funny memory, and this was something new to me going to school there too. This lovely girl in my class, her name was Saika, and I don't remember her last name right now. Do you remember Saika?
I do, but vaguely, like
Vaguely?
I so remember, and yet I'm like, I can't picture her face.
I could picture her face. I just cannot picture last names. So
It
bad with
doesn't
names.
matter.
Okay, but she showed me over lunch one day to put my crisps in my sandwich,
Yeah, that's so.
and I will tell you straight, she changed my life and might have been the beginning of me getting into food and beverage. I
Chris,
thank you, Saika,
I love it.
because I
That's
I mean, just the international lunches, just learning about what people had in their lunches was huge for me. And like I'm so food motivated, so food and beverage motivated, that me at lunch hour was probably me. I was probably creepy watching somebody, me with my probably peanut butter and honey sandwich because I don't like a soggy sandwich, so I would always bring something that couldn't get soggy.
interesting. Well, I'll tell
That's
you,
a
like,
fun fact about me.
I've heard of people doing peanut butter and honey, but like to me, I'm like, ooh. But I have people in the UK that I've tried
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly, and they're just like, ew, ew, why would you do that? And I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, I don't like jelly. I don't like jelly. Yeah, I'm not a jelly girl. But the lunches alone were a cultural vibe.
Listen,
And learning about that, putting my crisps in,
no.
like launched me off on a career path.
Listen, there is nothing that I was more jealous of than the Southeast Asian kids whose gardeners would cycle from their house with the tiffin contain lunch container,
Yes.
curry,
Yes.
like naan bread and chapatis, or I think it was mostly chapatis. And like they would, and it was hot, and it was, oh my God. I definitely was like, hey, can I try some? And it was the most
Oh yeah.
green Indian food. Oh my
So
God.
good. So
So,
good. Absolutely.
so I always
Samosas.
got
This
tiffin.
was the first time I had
That's what
samosas
I
was in
said.
Malawi.
And they were, remember,
And
okay,
I will tell you, I have never had a samosa as good as Malawi
no, no, no.
ever again.
The ones like because they're always this size or whatever, and the ones in Malawi were like fist size, and you would go to the
It
old
was a sandwich.
bridge and you would get like a massive beef samosa, and it was amazing. And then the one store that we would go into, they would also sell like those Chinese sesame snacks that we were like with honey, and it was
Yes.
like,
Yes.
okay, did you also go to the Portuguese bakery and get loaves of bread?
Yes.
And we would, it was
Yes. And
like
those
full of
there
like,
was like one with like a little custard in it, but it wasn't a pastiche de nata like the it wasn't like the pastiche like the pastiche de nata, the little custard tarts. It's not those, but there was something else that had custard in it that we used to get there. And I remember always thinking while I ate it that it tasted weird, but I liked it.
what? I don't remember that. I only remember the loaves because we would be starving after like our afternoon
Yeah.
activities at school, and we would go there and get the
Yeah.
loaf, and I would take bits of the inside out to suck to get the sugar, and then we would sometimes get a bag of milk if it wasn't off. Sometimes we'd get it and it would be off, and you just have to chuck it. But
Yeah.
wow, again,
Food.
food,
Food.
which was not easy to
Um
buy there.
no, yeah. And you know what else this is now I'm just like it is ADHD. I'm just shooting from memory to memory. It's like I'm in a tube and I'm in a tunnel and I'm just pulling. So I remember remember Mr. Hansford used to do the story time assemblies where he would read a story to everybody and then like have a conversation about it and then people would do their announcements.
Yes, now I remember the old hall. Now I see that turned into
Yeah,
classrooms.
thank you. That's the whole. Yes.
Yes. Okay, now I
What
remember.
is it now? I
That's
actually I do
that's
know
it.
this because I was there in 2010 and it was all different. I just yeah.
Yeah, that's now like the at least it was when we were there. That was like my maths classes, and it was all classrooms for like the older forms. Um,
Yeah, and we used to go for art class over in that part where the older forms were because I remember always feeling like so bad and looking for my sister the first year we were there, but then after that everybody was at St. Andrews. Yeah.
I
But
forgot some blue class.
but yeah, so I can tell you straight up. I'm going to tell you like a funny story, but also just like a very visceral memory here. I was holding in a fart. And you know that floor,
It was like
as every good story starts with.
I was
And it
hoping
was hollow under that floor, right? So good reverberation, you know?
it was like a wooden floor, but it was also
Wooden floor.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
a wooden floor, but there was a bit of hollowness underneath. And I was holding it, and he read the story, and then there was a part of the story. And you know, he was a very thoughtful reader. I liked that man. I wonder, yeah,
I don't know what happened to him.
yeah, he was lovely. Anyway, great, like not in a creepy way. It's hard to say these things, but it's so good with kids, really, truly. So, reading the story, legs crossed, me somewhere middle hall, couldn't hold it anymore. Let rip. It reverberated. It was quiet. It was a quiet time.
Oh
And
God.
I looked over at Tabitha. I remember Tabitha. And I looked at her. Actually, I saw Tabitha in 2010. She's wonderful. She's got a great, everything's rosy. But I looked over at her and I went, who did that? Never forget.
Classic. Fake it as if someone else did it. Oh my God.
Classic.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean, how could people not know? They were sitting around me at ground zero. People knew. People
but
knew.
wait. If it's silent, it's violent. If it's loud, it's proud. Was it proud or was it violent? Like, did it stink?
Oh, it was proud. It was proud, girl. It like I remember this is my maybe it was just my embarrassment remembering it like this, but I remember Mr. Hansford sort of stopping mid
My God.
and like looking around for a minute and then being very British and polite and then just going back into the story.
Love it. I remember you telling me that story actually. God, you and your farting. That's hilarious. Oh,
Yeah.
so good memories.
Yeah, I don't have any bad memories from that school. Who were your teachers?
I mean, it wouldn't be anybody that you would have known because I'm trying to remember who my form teacher was for, or who my standard six teacher was. And honestly, like I can't even remember. I know which classroom I was in, but I couldn't remember who my homeroom teacher kind of was. And that was new for me because I was used to having one teacher for all my lessons. And this was the first time that I
Right?
had to like go to different classrooms. And this is okay, this is where I had an Australia, this was one of the ironic things about going there as an international student with my accent. I had an Australian art teacher. I can't remember. I do remember her name. And she was asking us for things that make noises in the night, and I was, I came from the Northeast, Maury, and we have a kind of. I didn't speak Doric, but I had like that northeastern accent that's influenced by the Doric, which is the indigenous language to that part of Scotland. And so I said cat, and she was like, "What?" Oh no, she was like, "What?" I was like, "Cat." She was like, "What?" I was like, cat? And she was like, what? Like,
You're like,
literally. We said this so many times. And I was just like looking around the classroom, like, what? Like, why doesn't she understand the cat? Like, what the hell? I mean, not like I'm saying it now, cat, which is very a cat, a really, because you have a really guttural A. And eventually, my friend Sanjay, that I was talking about earlier, that I spoke with, he said, Miss, she's saying cat. And the lady went, oh, cat. And I was just like mortified that she couldn't understand me saying the word cat. And the thing is, like, I
Yeah.
really lose my accent while we were there, but that was one of the first moments where I was like, I gotta lose this thing. This is embarrassing. No one understands me. And she was
Oh, that's so
like,
sad. No, I had that in South Africa. I had some interactions with that
I can imagine.
kind of thing. Yeah.
But like you said,
But
that's more monocultural in that situation, whereas this was an international school. Like, why can't you understand someone
yeah.
from Scotland? You're Australian. You're
Yeah, and to make a kid say it over and over again is so humiliating and confusing for a kid because you're not really thinking about an accent.
no, I had no clue why she could understand
Yeah.
me. I really thought that like what I was saying was wrong. And like I worry about
Oh, that makes me so
anyway.
sad.
Yeah, it's such a huge memory and like think that's why like I have such a good feeling about my friend Sanjay because he stood up for me at that moment and that really was impressionable on my mind and like I always liked Sanjay because of that. And you know, we're still friends now, thankfully. So, but
Mhm.
it's just funny how it there were some people there though. There was one teacher particularly that was very white supremacist, you know, vibed and I remember I was sitting on the steps of the music room with two friends, Southeast Asian friends, and he came over and he got right in all of our faces and he took because I was just sitting there with them. They were speaking their own language together, and he got right in all of our faces and said, "Speak English." And it was terrifying. He was like this close to us, mostly to
Mhm.
them. And I was just like, oh, I think I was only like I don't know. It probably was when you were still there. Like I was still 10, so I didn't even know what to do. And I was like, what's the big deal? Like, why can't they
You
speak
can't say who. I'm like this. Type it in the chat.
Mr. R, the music teacher, not a nice,
Oh.
yeah, not a
Oh.
nice person, very racist. And that was also one of my first experiences with like this insidious racism, like not overt.
I don't think I ever made, I mean, it's very possible I was just not paying attention. Uh, but I never noticed that with him.
No, he was very, because he was one of the people in my memory who ensured that we did not learn Chichewa. We had to speak English. And
Mm.
I'm so
Mm.
mad at that because we didn't get to learn as much about Malawi. I would have loved to have learned Chichewa, even if it's not something you can quote unquote use, but we
Yeah. I can speak just like, like you probably like odds and sods, like words that I kind of understand. But um wasn't wasn't he in like some kind of terrible marriage? Wasn't there bad stuff? That's what I remember.
there was a lot of
I
bad
remember there being,
there,
yeah, there was a lot of the teachers
a lot of
were
rapes, a lot of
banging.
bad marriages.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people would go there and think that they're going to solve their marriage problems and they only got worse. So it was kind of, yeah, yeah, there's a lot of
I think, you know what? Lots of swinging. Lots of swinging in the teachers.
probably.
Yeah.
Don't say that. I'm not a teacher.
Your mom was a teacher. She was not swinging.
Her marriage is great. She's still married to my dad, so they didn't have any problems. But I remember a period.
Like that you have to add in that, like, you have to add in.
I remember a period there were so many people, their parents were getting divorced that I honestly thought mom and dad were going to get a divorce. Like I was really scared about this because
Mm,
a lot of people's parents were going through this bad period. You know, it was kind of
yeah,
scary.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and
And I know for my sisters at St. Andrews, it was really bad too. There was
so and
a lot of
if I hear
stuff.
the stories about like St. Andrews or Kamuzu Academy and stuff, like
Hmm.
even in the letters that I've got from people after we left Form 5 and that they kind of had to go to Form 6 there and I went back to Scotland, some of the letters, the things that they said in terms of what they had to deal with, I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't go there. Because there was a period when mum and dad thought that they would have to board me or
Yeah.
He sent me to a boarding school like that in
Why?
Malawi, and I
Yeah.
I don't think I could have survived. Like my one friend that went to boarding school in Zimbabwe, like her letters are just painful to read again because of
Hmm.
how hard it was. It just was like it was so strict, and
Yeah.
like you would rap on
It
your
was hard for the sisters,
uh,
I remember. It was like, I remember for my mom, it was hard to drop. Because when we came, there wasn't anything past Form 2 at BMS.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so Heather couldn't go, Birdie, come here. She's trying to eat
I think
something.
when
Don't eat that.
I arrived, it
Um,
was still
you,
cute. It expanded after that, and so I was able to stay.
yeah. So she had, my mom had, well, my parents had to send my sisters to St. Andrews. And it was very hard. And like, I think it definitely, I mean, that wildly shaped my sisters, of course, and their upbringing. And like, I became kind of an only child for several years, like around then. So like, it shaped as well, like, like how our, I was really like, honestly, like, I'm a sibling of, like, I have two siblings. And for a good portion of my upbringing, probably from, well, I would probably say from standard four on, I was an only child,
Yeah. Well, and
which was weird.
it felt like that to me, even coming to your house. It was
Yeah,
like, hey, and that's it. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
And
crazy.
then they had a room and they had the two beds in it. We had sleep. I had a sleepover bedroom. Never again did I get such a
It's so
magical
funny.
time. We
Oh,
had two beds.
a good sleepover.
Yeah, one picture of Rick Astley and some horses.
And also your and your hedgehog that we would feed those tiny meatballs to. And I was just remembering
Yes.
your cook was the nicest person, and your mom was,
Augustine.
yeah, I got
Augustine, the best.
I've got
The
a
best human. Yes.
I've got a photo of his daughters with you and me outside with Pip and Tinker, with outside with the doggies, and I was like, oh, I forgot. And also how I don't know how your mum put up with this, how we would go into the larder and take her herbs and make burgers, but like we were completely wasting
And
all
potions.
the herbs.
We made potions.
She's not even
Yes.
herbs.
And
I don't know how
yes,
she put up with
I
that.
was an I was a garden witch even from a young age.
That was so
And
funny.
I yeah, do you know what else? This is again, this is so bouncy all over the place. But we had, I don't know if your family got it so much, but like I remember like lots of the Canadians there got like this package every now and again from South Africa. Remember this?
Yes, because
We would order.
we did not get it. And I think somehow my mum was able to get some things from people. They would bring stuff for us because we didn't get anything like that. But I think,
Yeah, and it was like it would come with dry ice. We would anticipate this. It was filled with treats,
yeah.
including yours and my favorite snack at the time, a Smarties,
Ah,
which
in
you
those.
could hear us crunching in our tapes all the time.
Oh, really? I forgot about that. But sometimes my mum would get a Smarties box for us, and she made this special stocking for the Christmas tree that when this Christmas tree came down, we would get the Smarties. And that was
Yeah.
just like the best day in the world. But okay, wait, did you not also bring in Zoo biscuits? Do you remember Zoo biscuits?
Yeah, we brought in Zoo biscuits.
Oh, that
Yes,
was like
girl.
my
I,
favorite memory of.
do you know what though? And I will tell you the funniest thing is I remember like getting it and being anticipating getting like some of the treats in there. But
Yeah.
my very favorite thing in that box was the dry ice.
Yes. What? We would do something with that dry ice because I remember that you got it and
We'd
it
put it in the water and then dance around in the smoke like Michael Jackson.
that was so, I forgot about those boxes that you would get. I was so
Yeah.
envious of anybody who had that kind of like diplomatic diplomatic package that they could bring in because we didn't get anything like that. So if we went to the UK, we brought everything back until we went back to the UK, which could be like a year. So at a certain point, you run out of
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Um,
at your house, I remember a food memory again. See, so important in my life.
yeah.
Um, Tablets.
Oh,
First time I
I
ever had
love
tab,
that.
obviously at your
If
house. And I remember your mom going into the kitchen and being like and you being like, "Mom, we're just gonna have some tablet." And she'd be like, "Only one" or something.
Very strict.
And you'd be like, and then we'd and run off to your room with probably more tablet than we were,
Oh God, yeah.
probably just full sugar rush.
Because it was literally pure sugar and condensed milk, but sometimes we couldn't make it because there was no sugar that you could get in the long way at the time. We'd have like a
Mhm.
sugar, what's it called when you can't get a certain food or whatever? Shortage.
Shortage, yeah.
But, oh yeah, no, that was because tablet cakes that we would make, like we had to make everything from scratch and you had to savor it because you never knew. You might have 6 months no sugar, 6 months no flour, 6 months no such and such. And you would just go
Yeah.
to the store and
Yeah.
be like, I guess we can't get this at the moment. And
Well, actually, this is a funny thing because when we moved from the north to Malawi, that was something that was kind of weirdly similar because up there, I
oh,
have my first memories of going to the grocery store with my mom because shipments came by truck and it's one highway up north, and
okay.
often there's something that happens and it blocks the highway. So I have these memories of going both in Malawi and in northern Canada, going to the grocery store and my mom going, and like an empty shelf, and then my mom going, "Well, we're gonna do something else for dinner." Or the in Malawi, the cockroaches would eat all the labels off, remember,
Yes, oh,
of cans.
gross.
And so then we used to play this game. My mom made it a game where my mom would be like, she'd be like, "Let's see what we're gonna have for dinner," and she'd be like, "I think, what do you think this is? What do you think?" And she'd be opening it, and then it would be like, "Peaches! We're having something with peaches."
Oh my God, I forgot about that because you just have cans. I forgot that they ate the paper. That's crazy. And it was
I
always
think they like the glue, wasn't it? The glue
maybe
was
that's
with
what
the
it
paper. It
was.
doesn't
I
matter.
remember
Yeah.
you get like the big orange diluting juice. I guess it was Sobo, but it wasn't fizzy. And the lid never shut properly. So you would be drinking it, but at a certain point you would open it up. There'd be like a dead cockroach floating in it or ants. If it was ants,
Oh, I don't think I ever had that. Maybe ants. Yeah.
if you had ants, you would just have to remove them and drink it because, like, whatever.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cockroaches. No, 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 no. Ooh, I always hated that.
A little too big to suck back, confidently.
Yeah, cockroaches. Oh my God.
And all the little cockroach traps everywhere, those little white and green
Yeah,
cockroach
and
traps.
all the cockroaches, thankfully, were actually quite large. It was only when I got to the States that I ever saw like baby ones. But oh
Yeah.
God, the labels, yeah. But I think the other thing I would find traumatic is when there was shortages and we'd go into the store and all there would be was like soap powder, Jif. The soap, the bars of soap, like I think it was called Jif. And it
Yeah.
was such I can smell them right now, and it would be depressing. You would go in and you would be like, oh, there's only Jif here. And oh, it was so disappointing, especially in the new PTC when they built the new PTC, the supermarket, super hypermarket.
Yeah.
You would think it's a big
Hmm.
store, there's gonna be something to buy. No, it would just be
I also love that they called it a hypermarket. This makes me happy too.
I know. And yet they did end up having like candy bars and stuff. That was like later on and it was always
Hmm.
like there were like South African ones like the marshmallow bars, strawberry marshmallow with chocolate over and just
Yeah.
it was just like blowing our minds. And then okay, one thing,
Yeah.
do you remember in the Candodo they would sometimes have chalk ices that were not the best chalk ices in the world because the ice cream was like watery, but that was like, oh my,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
so good. I remember
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
But
And
most,
you know what? I think I always thought like because I think I thought ice cream was that for a long time because my early memories of ice cream were not as clear as that kind of thing. Yes, I know what you're talking about. And then coming back, it's like, this is ice cream. It's like,
those
hand me the tub.
that or those
Sorry.
summer market, no, summer park.
Oh yeah.
Had the
Yeah. Yeah, Summer Park.
but with that lady that worked there, she was always so kind of like grumpy. And it was like a
Yes.
silver bowl that was cold.
Yes.
Put the ice cream in with the chocolate sauce. This was just like a revelation, and we never very rarely got to go there. And it was like real creamy ice.
Summer Park, that's right. Holy smokes. I almost forgot.
Otherwise,
Yes.
you could get tubs of ice cream. Like I remember having tubs of like strawberry or vanilla,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
chocolate, but not as common. But yeah,
Yeah.
that and then the
Like I
yogurt.
don't yeah. So,
The yogurt that
yes.
I would eat one yogurt and I would be like, I don't want any more yogurt for a year because it was like such a big vat of strawberry and I just couldn't take it. That
Do
was
you know what I was
a sign of intolerance, though, dairy
I
intolerance.
feel like we actually should probably have had a whole other episode about just food and
So now
food
we're going
memories
into that.
because
Yeah.
I'm because I'm also remembering sitting at the golf club ordering rock shandies like I was a fucking superstar.
Oh, rock shandies. I know.
And those
What you just
are
there's something about
those are still delicious.
no, but there's something about the Angostura bitters with the Malawi ginger ale and the Malawi Sprite. I cannot recreate that. It does not taste the same. It's something to do with the water or the flavoring of
That's true.
the flavors. Like there is a Malawi rock.
That is
I
true. That is true.
cannot beat
I
that.
haven't been able to fully nail it again, but I think some of that's situational. Some of it.
I mean, it probably is, but I'm pretty sure though, because even like Cokes, they just tasted so much better in those glass bottles from so.
Oh, also, Malawi was the start of my full-on Coke and Sprite addiction, which went all the way up until first year college when I had to like learn how to wean off because because I just was still like tapping the vein and drinking Coke, and I broke my ankle, my foot.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the time I broke my foot. And I wasn't able to do much, right, physically. But before that, I was like hustling up mountains and stuff. And then I broke my foot, still chugging Coke. I gained a, a lot of weight. And it happened very quickly. And I was like this, okay, yeah, maybe it's not good for me, like everybody's been saying. It took all the way until I was probably 19 before I was able to bust that Malawi habit.
But I think that's because like that's why I feel as though I struggle so much with sugar because we were denied a lot. Oh, we're also going to get kicked off again. We were denied quite a lot there, which is fine. But then when you have
Hmm.
access all the time, it's like our brains are so much more addicted. Because I'm the same, and if I find like a cherry plum substitute or a coca pina substitute, I can get really sucked into that. That was like Sobo.
Yeah.
Those are so
You know
delicious.
what I think we're gonna have to do here? We're gonna have to do a part two.
I think you're right because we're going to get kicked off. Why don't we just say goodbye and we'll come back and talk more about food the next time before we get completely kicked off?
Pause.
Pause. We will
Memories of
next
food.
time. Memories of Malawi. Love you, bestie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.